You're still on Daybreak Monday. Right now, we're still on that very topic for discussion this morning, and that's talking about the condition of the correctional centers in Nigeria and the frequent jailbreaks across the country. We still have very much in the house here, Mazi Chinedum Obioha, public affairs analyst, to help us further analyze this issue. Hello, Mazi. Good morning and welcome to the show. How was your weekend?
Yeah, good morning, good morning, Margaret.
Yeah.
Margaret, you don't want that of Thatcher.
It's actually Margaret
But my weekend was fine, though with some sad news. We lost a very young person.
Wow.
And whose parents are still very much alive. What a sad news.
Our condolences.
May so rest in peace.
Jonathan, the family of Elder and Mommy Moses Osu, please accept our condolences.
Yeah.
It's not easy for the primary aim of parents to see the children, bury them, not them bury
The other
the
way
children.
around, yeah.
So
May so rest in peace.
Perfect peace.
Okay. Okay, right now we've been talking about the condition of the correctional centers in Nigeria and the jailbreaks, you know, which have been happening time and again. And you heard Dr. Uju Agomo, who's the Executive Director of Prisons Rehabilitation and Welfare Action, speaking elaborately on this very. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I listen attentively to the doctor so many things, and I cannot agree less.
Okay.
Cannot agree less. I was privileged to visit one correctional center at what do you call it, Oregu here. They call it Boys and Girls Correctional Center. I went there to give some welfare package to them sometime in July.
Okay.
It's something you cannot even venture to even see. She mentioned a lot of things responsible for the jailbreak, but the only area she did not mention was the corruption.
Okay.
The corruption that is going on there is something that leaves much to be desired. And the welfare of the warders, a situation where even the inmate there, they don't have enough facilities to take care of them, especially when it involves maybe when a new person is brought. The welfare of that inmate is not taken care of. And the congestion the doctor talked about, you see, in a correction center that's supposed to accommodate maybe 1,000 persons, you see, being overcrowded up to 2,000, 250,000, 2,500 inmates, and they give no ventilation, no proper ventilation. And some of these people there are waiting trials. I remember I watched live on television during the NSAS when that of Benin was attacked. You see some of them jumping through that high fence, and they were running and saying, "We didn't do anything. I've been there for so many years, so many years."
Exactly what the doctor.
Yes, so many years, and their case have not been tried. They've not been tried. They've not been convicted. So that leaves much to be desired. And again, the facility itself. Some of these correctional centers, when we are there rehabilitated last, when were they built? They've taken a long time and no attention is paid to them. The walls are cracked, the doors are not taken. Then it gives room for these people. I don't know what I visited Krikri Maximum Prison. I happen to have a friend who goes there. He has a brother there. Do you know they have their own room? They pay. They pay.
I don't understand.
They pay. They
to
pay.
be in the prison?
No. They pay before you see a person there.
Oh my God, that's corruption.
And when you get there, depending on your caliber of person, you have your own special rooms. I'm saying it on air so that people, if you doubt me, go and visit. Because that my friend said he has, where his brother says he's paid 30,000 a month.
For him to be comfortable.
For him to be comfortable. When
and you mean this is peculiar to that very correctional center?
I'm just telling you now. When the former governor of Abia State was there, did he look like a person who was in prison? Was he not given special treatment, presidential treatment? So when we come on air, we say facts. We say facts because we are grassroots people. Now, the issue Madam raised about 2019, has it been implemented? Talk is cheap. And when laws are promulgated, implementation is another key. That is why so many fun, beautiful laws are made, but we don't implement it. It's unfortunate that we continue to experience this jailbreak every now and then, And people said it is important you get these people treated, convicted. Then they know their faith. But unfortunately, they don't know their faith. They say, I have been here for so many times, so many years, nothing. I've not been convicted. I'm still languishing in jail. And that is a problem.
Mazi, talking about corruption, you're looking at the state of our borders, because these prisoners who have escaped, of course, they would not live in Nigeria. They look for escape routes to leave the country. And look at the state of our borders. Are they well? Do you think they are well guarded?
I've been saying it now, Margaret. I've been saying, what do you want me to say again? The borders, we don't have borders so porous. Early last year, the president said the borders were closed. Are they actually closed? They said importation of rice is banned, but are they not? If you go to an open market and you see foreign rice, the problem we have is implementation of our laws. Nigerian laws are made for the poor man, not for the big man. It's unfortunate until we get it right. I read a portion in social media. In fact, it's a fact. He said, time has come for you to ask your parents, this fleet of flats you have, how do you get the money? Corruption didn't start today. This fleet of flats you have, how did you make the money? People are crying. Things are getting worse and worse and worse. But we need to know the root of all this corruption. We need to know the root. Some people, look at those who have worked at USC, blah, 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 chairman, this is that. How do they make their money? Some of these UTC, USC, Allen, whatever, they went bankrupt. They folded up because of corruption of the managing directors. Some of them inflated invoicing and things like that. We need to go home and say, Daddy, Uncle, this fleet of flats you have all over, how do you make the money? You talk about prisoners. Prisoners are there. You say correction center, are they corrected at all? You say correction centers, they are there.
Meaning?
Everywhere, nothing.
They come out worse than
they are. You talk about border. You ask me about the border. Now, how many can you now swear before God on Abara that our borders are secured? How many? You see, the borders should have. If the borders are secure, how do you see these Boko Harams coming? Where are they coming from? The bandits, where are they coming from? The kidnappers, where are they coming from? And the president said they are foreigners. If they are foreigners, it's a systematic failure, which means the government has failed in that by securing the borders of this nation.
Okay, now, besides the porosity of our borders, let's talk about what happened in Oyo last Friday, where 575 inmates escaped from the correctional center after jailbreak. Now, some of them stayed back. Some were recaptured. And we heard that 392 others are still at large, yet to be found. What is the way to go about this to ensure that these escaped prisoners are arrested and brought back to
the government needs to do the needful. Those that did not escape should be given special attention. But
would you know the reason they didn't escape? It could be they were not as smart as those.
No, it's not like that. You see, the problem is this. When we are talking about security, there are a lot of, you are part of the security system we talked about, right? Doctor talked about also security. But what we are talking about, those that escaped. You remember sometime about 2 months ago, when that of Owerri the jail was broken. And some of the inmates there were even arrested. Some of them, I remember one of them was also indicted for having even, committed murder. These people, they are heartless. But the issue is this: if the government do the needful, taking care of the welfare of the prison warders, taking care of even the prisoners, even making sure that if you are arrested from court to prison, you have a limited time standing awaiting trial. Then you know that when in advanced countries, prisoners, they enjoy it. Even some of the Nigerians that are in prison, they like it. But then
They like being in prison.
yes, because the welfare is there.
Huh?
Those
Wow.
that's a problem in the society because they are now security risk in the country. No matter how you look at it. Remember, some of these things were kidnappers. Some of them were banditry. Some of them were Boko Harams. Remember,
Some were murderers.
murderers. So they have now gone into the society, and they are now using. You see, the point is this: they are when you arrest a prisoner. Now you think that you are correcting him. Nigeria doesn't have a good correctional system because when you think that you are correcting them, you are now increasing their waywardness because there's no facilities. So it's a security risk for these people that have now been thrown into the society because you don't know who is who. There's a possibility that these people will now go into the society to commit more crimes.
I imagine, now looking at it from the insider perspective, prisons or correctional centers, as the name is now, usually have towers which are manned by security personnel, both externally and internally, to avoid things like prison break or escape of those prisoners. And looking away from the dilapidated state of our Nigerian correctional centers. So would you say that the security personnel inside, it's going to be an inside information? Well, we have towers, we have...
I was here last week and I mentioned, I used my small this, I said, it is a rat inside that now informs the rat outside that's built here. Even when there is an armed robbery in a particular house, an insider must be there. We are talking about corruption. What about even the banditries? Our soldiers, how many times have they been attacked on the road? Informants. There's no fire without smoke, or there's no smoke without fire. For a jailbreak to take place, there must be an information. There must be an insider. There must be an informant who supply information to them. It's a well-known fact. Let us stop sweeping it under the carpet. There must be an insider. The Minister for Interior Affairs mentioned it. There must be an insider. But one thing is that if we fail to do the needful will fail to do us. We need to do the needful. Not every time we begin to attack, we begin to apportion blame to IPOB, we begin to apportion blame to this. What pains me more is that instead of us to address the issue, we begin to attack who is supposed not to be attacked. Was it not last week that the whole Attorney General of the Federation said that IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, was responsible for the NSAS? He even said that he was the one who masterminded the attack on the Oba, thereby trying to bring the two ethnic groups together to fight themselves. A whole Attorney General, which is wrong. Which is wrong. So when you see a spade, call it a working instrument. Call a spade a spade. You see there is insecurity in the land. Stop apportioning blame. Before you come out to say anything, you must be very careful. Each time I come here, thank God the driver you sent to pick me this morning, he knew me far back 10 years ago when I anchored program on TV. He was happy seeing me, Mazobia. You know I anchored Mora. I'm a moral being. God created me as him. Do the needful, do the right thing. When you fail to do the right thing, the wrong thing will take place. When you fail to do that which is right, and it stays 1 year, it becomes a norm. We have a fair society that we need to correct it.
Okay, now there's no way you can link this to the state of insecurity in the country. Like some of these inmates could be members of very dangerous gangs, out there. And when you arrest any of their member and gets the person in prison, they look for a way to release such a person.
Even armed robbers, when armed robbers are arrested, after a while, in fact, after a period of time, you now send them to this correction center or even any slightest opportunity they have, they would like to escape. And when they escape, they would like to free their members. The important thing is for you to make sure that the doctor talked about CCTV cameras. We talked about corruption in the system. Corruption in the system. What about the Boko Harams or the bandits arrested, and they said they have given them amnesty in Katsina? The same people that were given amnesty, were they not the same people later on arrested, committing the same crime? So we need to be very careful. And I'm not an advocate of doom, but even these people, these kidnappers, the Boko Haram and the banditries, we say some governors are preaching amnesty to criminals. I say preaching amnesty. Let us give them amnesty. You've forgotten that. How will you feel? Like I said here, one of them said, my mother was raped in my presence. My father was beheaded in my presence. And you are telling me that you want to give such a person amnesty. And the person that he or she attacked. So it's something that we have to look inward. This amnesty we are talking about, are they not going to impose another security? And we are seeing it. You give them amnesty, recruit them into a security outfit,
okay, so
and they now
risks.
become informant to them. And because